Hello you beautiful lot, welcome to today's episode of PurpleVision. Now I'm here in Bassett's Close, a beautiful recreational ground where we have an awesome little skate park, but it's a little bit old and a little bit tired. So councillors of Wellingborough have put out a plan to have a brand new skate park put in up by the top by the main road. Now there's been a few little problems with the planning permission going in, as some of the locals didn't like the idea of a skate park being here altogether. They don't like it. It's had quite a lot of antisocial behaviour where roadmen come down and cause grief, especially to the locals. But now they've had their say over a year ago, it now turns out that those opposals are now stopping our new skate park from being built, which isn't good. I personally thought, okay, well, if there's somewhere better in Wellingborough that they could put a skate park, then yeah, I'm all for that. But it turns out they aren't going to put a skate park anywhere else other than at the top. So it's this or nothing. So now it's come to the point where it's like, right, okay, now we need to save our skate park and this new one. We need to get the planning coming in. So we would like to oppose the opposers, and it's about time we put in the unity and try and have this skate park built. So of course this has actually been brought to my attention by Jake Campion, and he is here with me today. So when he's got a minute, I'll have a little interview and we'll hear what he's got to say, because he is the main person who's down here with the community every day and uses this skate park. I mean, when I say this is getting old and tired here, I mean look at the gaps here. And of course, it's not just the teenagers that come down here. It's also the youngers that come down. I've had two young little kids come down whilst their mum's walking their dog, and they had their little scooters on it. Didn't do too much, but just a little play. So it does get used. I mean, this guy here, he's pretty awesome. He is. The amount of flips he keeps doing. Is he going to go for it? Oh. Okay, well, our Jake is ready. How you doing, Jake? All right? Yeah, you got your crew with you as well. Yeah, how you doing, boss? Easy. How you doing, Lewis? Right. What's your name? Callum. Callum, how you doing, Callum? All right. So yeah, we've been having a bit of a problem down here, haven't we, gents? Correct. Yeah. So I think we need to go against the opposers. Yeah. So what's your side of the story here, buddy?
Well, obviously I've been down the skate park since I was what, 13, 15. I'm 25 now. That shows how long I've been coming down here. So obviously I've been kind of working with the community down here, so the skateboarders and stuff, to obviously raise awareness not only for the community but for the whole town. Yeah. You know, it's one of those things that needs to be done. Every other town, Kettering,
Corby, Northampton, Elsbarton.
Wellingborough has two.
Really?
That shows you how much
Wellingborough's
been neglected. And as well, I think it's something for the the generations below us to do. Yeah. You know, it's somewhere to hang out, somewhere to come and train yourself. Skateboarding is all about exercise,
sharing our community love.
Yeah.
We all love something and we'll come down here to actually share that one interest.
Yeah, that's probably the main thing. It's not about being down here doing stupid stuff. It's more about actually enjoying ourselves and actually having time to each other, and also spreading love,
Absolutely. I mean, I did explain about the two young girls that came down here and how you were like just showing them a little bit. I mean, I didn't go too high, but just showing that little bit of unity. I wish I caught it on camera. Yeah. Yeah. But no, and it's beautiful. It's just a shame there are a certain few people in town that are a bit old and dated, I think.
I think as well, I think it's the out of touch, how out of touch the community can be with issues like this, which hasn't been raised before. So I think a lot of times in the past we've had progress in the skate park. It's gone to local papers, but that's it. It's gone no further. So no media's actually reported on it. No one's actually kind of ever bothered with it, apart from a small set of people. So I think now we really need to kind of push this, not just for the immediate, kind of the local community, but the whole town.
For the whole town.
Everyone.
Exactly. Because when you've got places like this, people can come here and keep themselves amused. I mean, look what I do. I go for massive walks to keep myself amused and out of trouble. So, yeah.
Well, there's a big thing about kind of the whole tourism aspect of Wellingborough as well. So obviously tourism in Wellingborough, we all know it's quite bad. Quite poor. we know why, but
yeah.
So I think as well, if you look at any of the park, like for example Kettering, Wellingborough, Wellingborough, and people travel out of their way to use these facilities.
Absolutely. So I'm down at the train station, the amount of people that are going over to Radlands, is it? Yeah, in
Kettering Eyes Lodge Skate Park.
That's
so
it.
People do travel and utilise these areas. It isn't just like, for example, 4 people individually using it, and this isn't a skate park for one person. This is a skate park for the entire town.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's for everyone, you know, and that's what we want to kind of do. We want to make it so it's accessible.
Yeah,
as many
especially
people
with
as
it
we
becoming
can.
an Olympic sport as well.
Oh,
It's
exactly.
the amount of the older generation that haven't actually realised it is an Olympic sport. They just think it's something that yobs and stuff do. Like, this is a sport. It's not.
You guys are the calmest guys I've met in a long time. Yeah.
We just skate, and it's a
people.
sport. We keep fit.
Yeah.
It keeps our mental health
Go
good.
to
It
work,
keeps us
pay tax. You know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
They think that we don't pay tax. They think that we're all just
no.
don't have jobs. And like, no, I've been working since I've got out of school, and I've still been doing it since. So
Yeah. I mean, I think what would help you guys is if we did have a newer skate park which didn't have these kind of hidey holes, because I suppose it's pretty bad for you guys when you get a load of hoodlums come down and I suppose they bully you off the
I
park.
suppose one of the hardest things to deal with is when you've got, say for example, 3 skateboarders down here, calm people, doing nothing, and a group of say 14 ASBO, I'm going to say ASBO because it's antisocial behaviour groups, where they come down here and they just cause a ruckus, and they kind of affect us in the end by name calling. They can actually get involved by, you know, even maiming you, for example. when you're skating.
Yeah.
And obviously when you're down here thinking about that and you're skating, you're not really comfortable, so I can see why sometimes this skate park doesn't seem favourable.
Yeah.
But there's reasons why. Obviously, hidey holes.
It is. I mean,
I can literally run down here.
yeah, you're hidden from all the roads. You're hidden from anyone there. Whilst an officer runs this way, you could run that way, going nah.
But if we had it in the up there at the top,
Yeah, that top field up there.
it wouldn't. And the thing is, as well, I think people stress the idea of how big the actual park would be. Now, people say, "Oh, it would take up a lot of green space." Don't get me wrong; it would take up a certain amount of green space.
But
Yeah.
would this become green space?
It would. This would be reclaimed. So obviously, this whole area would be turned back into green space.
Would they be doing that? Is that on the plan?
That is part of the
Then
plan.
demolished.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, with the way that things go these days, I know they can take away tarmac, concrete, and replace the turf back.
Pretty sure that was supposed to be in the
But there's also the theory is when concrete goes down, you'll never get the soil back that same again. So I don't know what would happen here. So
we had some like landscapes come out.
yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Just keep this bit green.
As well, that as a community, when we get this group together, so there's going to be an actual skate park community group where we actually pitch in together, create social days in the actual park.
we're already talking with Neen.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Awesome.
an actual kind of ongoing effort here to create this kind of community
Brilliant.
area, not just an individual skate park and have like, you know, one day where everyone comes down and has a celebration about it, then it gets left forever. No, that's not the case.
No.
Set a group of people that come down here and maintain it.
So yeah, with Els Barton, they've got like a gentleman that comes in and does like tutorial days for the community, doesn't it? I mean, even the parents were boasting about how the community get in there and help their children.
And that's a small town. You know?
It really is, yeah.
What makes me laugh about Els Barton Community Skate Park is that when they actually did the process, which is probably about only 4 years ago, probably less than that, they started a group together, they came together, went to Els Barton Council. Not sure who actually does the council for Els Barton, but regardless, they went to the council and said, look, we need a skate park. Within 4 years, it was arranged, agreed, funding allocated, and made.
We're on our first year though, aren't we? Because it was first foot.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
This was
When I say to you, I've been doing this since I was 16.
Oh.
This skate park has been almost a lifelong project.
We've
for
been
all
trying
of us.
before us as well.
Oh, wow.
It's just never
This is
gone through.
a
Because I first knew about it when Tom Jones did his big thing last year. Yeah, we'll not mention, don't worry, because it's not unusual to oppose a skate park. But yeah, so that got brought to my attention there, and Jonathan Hornet of Wellingborough Eco Group, he had the concern of the concrete. You know, why move the concrete up there, concrete on more green space when you've already got it here? And I do agree with that really, but it's the fact of safety. right? Down here, it's in the corner, but up there, you're going to have street lighting and the main road where it's going to be passable all times.
Yeah. And if, for example, someone did fall off the skate park, for example, as I have safety reasons, if someone's skating down here, they fall off, there's not much viewing area.
No.
If you were to hurt yourself over there, there's a main road.
Yeah.
So if you're driving past or walking past, you've seen someone, you've got more chance of actually sending help.
Exactly.
Especially if they're on their own skating, for example, you know, those else around. And you can walk past there and do like that.
But there are certain areas of it where we've actually taken in a lot of the like eco aspects of it. Like we're moving it away 15 metres from the actual trees, from the path to for the roots to actually make sure that
so they don't suffer in any way. Yeah.
So it's still, and everyone thinks it's going to be absolutely massive, and they think it's going to take up all of that. It's like, no, if it comes down like that, it's not even going to be like, you've seen half of the skate parks, they don't take up much room at all.
To be honest, I think this park, currently this park, takes up more room than it even needs to.
Yeah.
To be honest, we have a huge track. I mean, look behind you, for example, we've got that whole kind of area space of concrete, which is just ruined concrete, and this is here for what purpose, can I ask?
It may have been the old one, wasn't it? For like you said, with the tanks that used to be here. So like with the cobbles that you got round there, so the tanks didn't rip up the track. So this may be that old from that. Maybe I'm not too sure. But yeah, you know, but there was an email, I believe, that you've got that I think would help us to. Brilliant. So if you beautiful lot can write an email off to this Raj.
planning.bcw@northants.gov.uk. That's planning.bcw@northants.gov.uk. That would actually help us so much, because obviously we need the community to kind of come together and give this kind of the most love we can, because this project isn't just for us, it's for the whole community. That's what we want to do. We want to give something back, and I think Wellingborough is well deserved of something like this.
Absolutely.
100%. We've been neglected for how many years? I just think it's about time we come together and say, look, we need something good. Let's do it now. And I think that's the main thing. Now, not just another 10 years when I'm 35. You know, when I can't skate.
No, that's it. I mean, we've got this far. There's 100 grand in the kitty ready to go.
5 grand, I think, which is
well. 125. We started with 60, and then we then spoke to Sainsbury's and Co-op, and they'd ended up apparently jumping on board as well because of the Olympics, and they'd clocked on, oh, this is a sport. So they wanted to fund it more. Not only skateboarding, you know, we have scooters, BMXs is also.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, so it's
look, even the young lad having a go here. Look, brilliant. He's got good timing. Thanks, young man.
One thing I do want to stress though is that unfortunately the actual allocations for the money is for Bassets Park. It isn't for any other park.
Anywhere else.
That's unfortunate, because that's how the council works. So when we started this process years ago, we were bidding. So how that works is there's a pool of, like, for example, businesses and kind of funders, I'd say, and you have to bid for the actual kind of the investment promise and something else. So basically you kind of have to go through this whole process, which could take years.
Wow, you've been through all that.
That's how we've generated.
We're still
so
on planning at the moment with this, and we're just at environmental health see the actual documents as of end of January this year.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And after that, it's meant to take over like 3 months after that, and it's just how far back are we going to keep going? As soon as they find something else, then that starts again.
Oh wow!
And
okay.
then they have to reevaluate the whole thing. Yeah. It's another 3 months. If they pick something up in them 3 months, it just keeps going back and back and back.
And we've had enough of that.
Yeah,
it's 3 steps forward, 12 steps back.
Point being,
it's time to start moving forward.
I think as well, the fact it is for this park is, you know, it's a shame. We probably would like it in another area in some mind, but then again, this park is where the skate park's always been.
Yeah, that's it.
Come down here. And we know where it is. Bassett Skate. If you think of Bassett's Park, where do you think? Oh, skate park.
That's it. And you're close to town centre, so people can get the bus. You're no more than 15 minutes away from a train journey. So those who want to go skip about the different towns and check out the skate parks, you've got this one right here.
I mean, for example, even if like the schools evolve at some point and then start to utilise things like facilities.
Well, yeah.
To start doing skateboarding lessons and things like that. Because obviously, if we've got Olympians starting to be born in this country,
we are, yeah.
They are. But, I mean, in this town, for example, I mean,
yeah. Anita Neal, she's coming out the woodwork finally. Brilliant, getting her achievements.
That's another kind of backing point. It's like this isn't just the thing. Yeah, this is a whole generation of changes.
And I think this needs to happen. Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been long enough.
has.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Explained beautifully.
Cheers,
well
Purple.
done on yours. Sorry, didn't get your name.
Sam.
You're Sam. We were waiting for you. Yeah. I thought they were on about Sam's chicken, but yeah. And lovely to see you, mate. Brilliant. So I'll leave all the links in the description, especially the email. So if you don't mind going over and leave a lovely little comment, let them know that you're supporting us and why you would like to see this skate park revamped and more secure, I suppose. So, anyway, thank you very much to our patrons over at Patreon. If you'd like to become one, then go over to patreon.com/PurpleVision. And yeah, I suppose I'll leave it all there. Peace, love and light.
And a whole lot of unity.
Yes! Brilliant.